Joining me now from London is Hyde, a Syrian researcher who focuses on conflict studies and Islamic movements. You were listening to the press conference earlier in the day from Istanbul from the Syrian National Council. How relevant are they today?
Well, it's quite difficult to really assess how relevant they are right now, especially that the groups who are leading the current offense on Aleppo don't recognize their legitimacy. Before, when the same groups took over Idlib, the coalition tried to operate in Idlib, and those groups denied the coalition from operating in Idlib. So I don't know if we will see something similar in Aleppo, and that will be a big challenge for sure for the coalition.
They were very strident and forthright in the message that they had, but they don't actually speak for the very different factions fighting on the ground. Do you think the message was as important for those factions as it was for its own supporters?
Well, for sure, the message is important, but I think that the message stays a message. What we need here is to make sure that those words are translated into actions. The groups on the ground, they have shown readiness in order to implement policies along the lines of what the coalition presented in the statement this morning.
How important is it that the various factions can try to talk to each other? Do you see any future where the factions that have perhaps ideologically been very different from each other, fighting the incumbent government in Damascus, can actually unite? Do you see that ever happening?
Well, it's quite difficult at this point to really predict, but what we see from at least the current campaign is that the military coordination among those groups is increasing. So this could be a sign that some groups might start joining or merging soon. But for all groups to have some kind of united position towards what's happening in Syria, it's quite different. It's quite difficult to have because, as you mentioned, you have groups who are quite conservative and they have some kind of jihadi agendas like Jabhat al-Nusra, and you have other groups who are like the Free Syrian Army who are more moderate and who don't share the same agenda. So it will be quite difficult to see them working together at the later stage as one entity. But the coordination, the military coordination for sure will continue to take place.
Well, we shall see what does happen. For the moment, Hyde in our London News Centre. Thanks for joining us.